Hello everyone, it's me, Kat, and we're here for a little chat this afternoon. We're going to talk about things like how to have a better life and answer any questions that you might have had that have come up during the week while you were doing your routines or your zones or your basic weekly plan. Any questions that came up while we were talking in our earlier videos. If you're new, this is just a chat. This is going to have some meat sprinkled in it about how to do the system and how to have a better life, but a lot of the things will just be questions. So if that's not your cup of tea, I ask you to go watch the other videos where we actually talk about what to do every day. I would love it though if you wanted to join us, if you would go ahead and subscribe and click the notification button. You can be part of our group and we'd love to have you. Welcome you so much. And we'd love for you to have a better life by having a little more peace in your life. All right, let me talk to my girls. Hello, ladies. All right, we've got Candace here. You were the first one, Candace. Ashley, my top mod, is here. Dickie Talmadge is here. Margaret is here. Megan Cooper. Rachel Pugh. Dickie Talmadge. Michelle Kennedy Hawkins. CK. Hi, CK. Didn't you used to visit me before? Have you been around before? I think you have. I remember that name. Waynetta Wolliver. Waynetta, you might be new. Sierra Saldana is not new. Woohoo, I never get to make the live chat. Well, you made it today, girl. Candace is folding a load of laundry as she listens. Karen Prather says, chat away. Always a great pointers. Awesome. Okay, so we've got 19 people on. Please give us a thumbs up. It helps you, it helps me, and it helps future people who get this recommendation. So go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let's see, and I will start talking to you. Yuli, how are you doing over there in Greece? Good evening and good night. Watch tomorrow, 11 p.m. here, going to sleep. Sorry we're going to not be able to talk to you live, but we're happy to have you on the chat, Yuli. All right, girls, we got 8 thumbs up and 19 people on so far. It's not a lot of people, but not a lot of thumbs up. If you haven't given a thumbs up, please make an effort to try to do so. Thank you so much. I'm open for questions. Whatever your questions are, let's talk. Do you have any challenges in your day? What's happening? Amy Hill is here. Amy's here. Hi, Amy. What's been happening? Let me tell you what's been happening with me. Today, I did a live. I mentored a client. The lady came to bathe my mother and wash her hair, and I did a Zoom homeschoolers meeting for my patrons with one of my homeschooling moms who is awesome and has years and years and years of experience and lots of kids. And so it was great. And I look forward to having her be able to give those again in the future. So if you're not a patron, and that's just reason enough alone to come on over to be a patron, be a patron on Patreon. Kat and Mr. B, what time tonight for the sing song? Mr. B will have to answer that. He's in charge. Ooh, another thing that happened today is my sister has a neighbor who sells shrimp, fresh Mayport shrimp. And I bought 5 pounds of fresh Mayport shrimp, 24 count. That means 24 shrimp headed, means the head's taken off, to the pound. And so I put those in 5 Ziploc baggies with ice, and we're freezing them. We're having one tonight. It's gonna be so good. I'm just gonna boil them. They're gonna be lovely. Serve them with cocktail sauce. Mr. B says, happy Friday evening, everyone. Let's go back. I missed something. Goodness, everybody started talking. I love it. Let's see. Is everybody on live chat? I'm on live chat. Amy's a former homeschooler. Patricia White, you've been cutting in and out. I'm sorry, Patricia. Ashley's drooling. Gani says, good evening. Hi, Gani. Connie Miller said, looking forward to this weekend. First time in 3 months to have our grandsons, 3 very young, active boys, but I've planned 3 days and 2 nights of fun. Awesome. Okay, internet keeps cutting out. I'm sorry, CK. Are you the only one? Was somebody else saying that was happening to them? Mr. B, is that happening on your end? Ashley, is that happening over in Scotland on your end? Be nice to know. All right. Let's see. That was Patricia who was the other person saying that. Ashley said working perfectly. So it must be a local problem, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Hi, Micah people. How you doing, darling? Darn, I lost the video feed. Michelle, I'm sorry you guys are having some issues, but it doesn't seem to be happening on my end. Nothing's happening with Mr. B in the other room, so Dickie's fine in California, so it must be some local things. I know that I have a client who lives in, where does she live? Virginia, and she has absolutely no internet right now. So people are having issues. Just refresh your computer if you have internet, and that would be lovely. Okay. Let's see. So I've got that. We're having that for dinner. I'm changing my dinner menu. I was supposed to have chicken perlo, succotash, and pickled beets, and you probably don't know what any of that is if you're not from the South. Or maybe you do. Perlo is what we make. It's a local rice dish. My relatives settled St. Augustine, and there's a very strong rice influence down here, and chicken perlo is just chicken and rice cooked together with some good stuff in it, and something called a datil pepper. It's really good. And succotash is just corn and green lima beans cooked together. And pickled beets are just beets that are sweet pickled beets. They're delicious. And so that's what we were going to have, but instead we're going to have something else. I haven't decided what to serve with my shrimp. What do you think? Let's see. Candace said, only got 1 day of zone work because of my fall on Monday. Feeling better and jump back in. So nice to not feel like I have to catch up. Right, Candace, give yourself grace. How's your face? Are you okay? I need details on that, by the way. Hey, that's what I had for dinner. It was amazing. You had shrimp, or you had perlo and chicken perlo and succotash and pickled beets. I have a feeling you didn't have that, but you never know. Hi, Joanne Plons. How are you, darling? Micah said, I'm doing chicken, rice, and salad. That sounds delicious. Maybe I'll have some salad with our shrimp. April says, hey. Margaret said, will there be a karaoke tonight, Mr. B? He hasn't answered yet, has he? Mr. B, are you paying attention? We need a time, laddie. Micah People said, I made shrimp this morning for husband's lunch and put it on a salad. I ate mine with pasta. I'm thinking about it, Margaret. Okay, well, Margaret's not the only one who's been asking. Joanne said, doing well, trying to, all a bunch of contractors for the new fence today. Ooh, cool. That's always nice to have a new fence. It makes things seem so much more new and neat when you have a new fence. She means call. Call, LOL. Trying to call a bunch of contractors. Oh. I thought you just meant there was just all a bunch of contractors just running around. Can't keep her off the booze. Ha ha. All right, girls. Ready to answer questions. Who has a question? Are you scared to ask me questions? Because I'm firm and don't mess around. So I think a lot of times people know the question, know the answer to the question, and they get afraid to ask me because they know what I'm going to say. It's going to be the same answer every time. Good afternoon. Dee says it's 92 degrees. Joanne said it's Friday and 5 o'clock somewhere. Candace said 2 small cuts on her face are healing. 1 cut is between her eyes, so grateful no glass went into your eyes. That's terrible. She fell and had a glass in her hand, and the glass broke and cut her face. Did you have to have stitches? That would be scary. Okay, girls, no questions? Okay, I'll try to think of something to share with you. Let's see. I'm really liking this little book that I shared with you before, I think. My rocket book. Have y'all all seen that? If you haven't seen it, I'll tell you about it. Namie's just tired. Micah said, oh, hope you're better soon. 5:30 or 6 Eastern Standard Time. Mr. B, I will need to have time to eat, so let's make sure our food is down our gullet before we start singing. Anyway, this is the rocket book. Taco salad for dinner, yummy. Candace said, no, thank goodness, but the face cuts do bleed. Okie dokie. This is a rocket book. It's called a Rocket Book Everlast. And it's a notebook, and it only has like 18 pages in it, and each page is about this thick, like a regular page. It's some kind of a poly something. You write on it with a friction pen, which I used to call Frixion, a friction pen. So you can erase, or you can use, where is it? This little, any little cloth, what do you call these? What do you call these cloths? Anyway, these little cloths that we like to use. Get it wet on one end and just wipe it off, and then dry it, and then that's it. But the cool thing is, at the bottom is a little key. And these are the keys that are on the bottom, and you assign something to it. So I use Everlast, and I use the diamond. So when I am taking notes on someone, and mark the diamond, and then I scan it with the app on my phone, and it takes it to oh darn, can't think of it. Anyway, it takes it to that file, not Everlast. It takes it to Evernote, and that's where I like to store it. And I have a file for each one of my clients. So when I take my notes, when I'm done, I can erase them, and they're all in there in a little file for them. So I don't have to have any more notebooks laying around. So right now I'm in the midst of converting over, so I have some notebooks and some there. Kat, I will need a Red Bull before singing. Okay, Joanne. But we won't hear you, so it's all right. Dickie said, Ashley, you were fast on that answer. Woohoo, what did Ashley say? Oh, you guys said some more stuff while I was chatting. Thank you, Microfiber. Yes. Oh, here's a question. Okay. Mary B said, I have a quick question, Kat. August is a weird month. 2 zones. It's 2 zone 5s. First is on Saturday. Okay, here's the thing to remember. Let's look at the calendar. The month of June. Here's what happens. Always, every time. I've already written all over this, so I've got names on it, but I'll just tell you what's in here. So June 1st falls on a Wednesday. Then when we get to July 1st, it falls on a Saturday. I always say that the zone changes. If it falls on a Saturday, the zone changes on a Monday, but the first doesn't fall on a Saturday. It falls on a Wednesday. You're talking about the 1st of August. That's right. So the 1st of August falls on a Saturday. So in that case, let me look at August. Let's look at August. Okay. So August 1st is a Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're going to have no zone 1. We're going to have, if you're an at-home person, you will not have a zone 1. Even if you're a work person, you will have a zone 5 on Saturday. Zone 1, even though it starts on a Saturday, if you're a working person working outside the house, I want you to do what happened during Monday through Friday on Saturday. So it's one of those weird occasions where you don't have a zone 1. But we've had plenty of zone 1 in May, June, and July to get us through. So we've got zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5. And then we've got one little extra day of zone 5 on Monday, the 31st. And then you're back for almost a whole week of zone 1 again. So there you go. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. And that's how I will do it. So when you are listening to my videos or my live morning talks, I'm going to be assigning them that way. That's how I'll do it. All right, you're going to love this because I know how much you love me and want me to have happy things that make me love life. Mr. B brought me a delicious iced triple espresso with 3 stevia, decaf, and an almond milk. Almond milk is 1 point for 1 cup, and that's about 1 cup because it's over ice, and that's all it is, only 1 cup. Then my sister Marty came over to bring me the shrimp from her neighbor, and we packed them together, and she made me some of that coffee whip stuff. I don't know what the name is, but it's, actually I made it, she showed me how. It's hot water, equal parts of hot water and instant coffee, and then sweetener to taste. And I whipped it all up, and it's in the fridge right now in a red Solo cup. And later today, if I want one, I'll put some skim milk in a cup, and I'll spoon some of that on top, and I just have to use the points from the skim milk. So yeah, it's called Yummy Coffee Whip Stuff. Thank you, Marty. Gail, I haven't had my sister sign the book yet, but she will, my daughter sign the book yet, but my intent is to have her sign the book for you and for Dej this weekend, and then mail them out on Monday. So I'm excited about that for you. Monday, yeah, let me look at my schedule. Hang on, I can't overcommit. Let's see what happens on Monday. On Monday, woo. I'll have to send Mr. B out to do the mail if he'll do it for me because I'm really full that day. But I think he'll do it because he's a good guy. All right. Ooh, that was close. Stay still. Don't fall. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. I love all the little chatties y'all do. You're so sweet. I see a question or two, too. Okay, so that was Mary B. Microfiber, microfiber, microfiber. Thank you, ladies. Microfiber, microfiber. Hello, hello, Amna. How are you? Micah said, question in all caps, which I love. Thank you, Micah. Do you put your coat closet as part of your entryway or as a project? It doesn't need cleaned often, but sometimes gets disorganized. In my head, I would put that in my entryway and consider that in zone 1. That's what I would do. Because most coat closets are near the front door. Connie said, not sure if it's my internet or yours, but it keeps stalling. It must be yours, my love. Nothing's happening here. Can you not sing with a full gullet? No, I cannot, Mr. B. I can't sing anyway, so why make it worse? Candace said, we are also having taco salad and then popcorn with Friday movie date night. Yay. Larry and I are having date night singing. Kat will need a Red Bull before singing. Yeah, except I can't have caffeine, so that would be bad. Ashley, you were fast on that answer. And Amy says, woo, Dickie, top mod, Henny. I'm the top mod, Henny. Amna is getting a hi from Black Point, or is that Black Point who is Amna? Hi, okay. Megan Cooper, so I have 2 Amnas on here? That's unusual, because I don't think I know that name. Yeah, Amna B is here, and then Black Point Amna. I'm thinking that's who you are. Megan Cooper, can you talk about getting back into routines after a vacation? I sure can, Megan. When you come back from a vacation, it's just like going back to work from a vacation. Even though you don't wanna, you gotta do it. You've gotta go to work. So when you come home, you gotta go to work. The number one thing you wanna do is take your suitcases and other paraphernalia that you used on your vacation, and it needs to go in one spot close to the washer and dryer, and you have 24 hours to get those emptied and put away, and then you start working on your laundry. If you leave even clean clothes in the suitcases, you will start living out of suitcases in your house. It's a really bad scenario. So that's number one. When you left your house, you left it clean. So when you come in, you're not allowed to blast through it and let the kids throw things everywhere and you throw things everywhere. Calm down, have a little chat before you go in. You know, the house looks really nice, and we want to have it look that way for a long time because we all have worked really hard on it. So we're going to go in, we're going to take all our suitcases to this spot that Mom has set aside for you. And then I'd like you to take a bath or whatever you need them to do, or go outside and play. It depends on what time of the day it is, or we're going to have lunch. And you just step right back into your regular life. You've had your vacation. Now let's get back to work. That's how you do it. I know you don't want to, but do it anyway. You'll feel so much better. All right, let's see. Mary B said, thanks. JL said, I'm late for class. Marty said it's called Yummy Coffee Whip Stuff. Already read that. Gail, I talked to Gail already. Just lovely JL in a small house storing giveaway where? Giveaway I've talked about because of this pandemic. We've had this quarantine, and a lot of times our Goodwills and things like that aren't open. I've discovered that in most places they're beginning to open. Check and see, JL, if those are open in your area. If they're not, you have to stage it in the garage or the carport or the shed or wherever. You have to stage it someplace, not in the living spaces, okay? And then as soon as you can, take it. Be very, very, very picky about what you're giving away, because all these places are going to be inundated by all the born organized people and all of you getting your stuff together, and they're going to throw a lot away. And I know you don't want to hear that, and I know you would rather them throw it away than you, but be really careful about what you give them, that you're only giving them really the best stuff, okay? All right, so you might end up making it half as much and throwing half away, and I know that just sounds sacrilege, but it's just the way life is. My girls call it frothy coffee. We love it. They use decaf. I use decaf too. Gail said, that's exciting. No worries, whenever. You're welcome, Gail. Paula Dixon, thank you for changing my life. Paula, you're welcome. Thank you for being part of my life. I love having you here. Micah People, great. Thank you for the answer. You're welcome, Micah. JL, entry closet is full but organized. Awesome. Hi, Nancy, with your little purple hearts. JL said, oh, and not able to put in trunk due to grocery hauls. Yeah, you can't put them in the trunk because you have to do grocery hauls. JL, no carport or garage or basement or attic or shed. Well, then you're going to have to put it in, then you're going to have to throw a lot away. That's number one. And then the second thing is you're going to have to put it in an area where you won't walk over it every day. So you've got a very small house. Do you have room underneath the laundry baskets in the laundry room? Do you have room under your bed? Do you have room in the back of the closet in your bedroom or in a corner in the bedroom? You know, that's what you're going to have to do. You just want to keep it out of the walking areas. And hopefully this will be over soon. But I am going to suggest you go through it again and get rid of some things. Just get it out of the house because you don't have a place to keep it and no one else wants it. And I hate to tell you that, but they just don't. Okay. Tips on staying positive and motivated. Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne. That's CK, Cheyenne. Staying positive and motivated. Motivation comes from doing. Positivity comes from attitude. You have to change your attitude yourself, no matter how much you think that you are not wanting to when you're feeling negative. You just have to stop and say, you know what, this is not peaceful for me. This is creating chaos inside of me. Let me find something good about today. Let me find something good about this situation. And I don't mean that you have to be naive, but find something good about your day, something to be grateful for, and then do your work. And in the end, you're going to say, wow, I love the way that floor feels. I love the way that room looks. I love the way my bed is. You know, those things are going to make you feel better. And that's when your motivation comes in, once you start working. Okay? All right, let's see. I see a South Africa's on here, so happy to have you. Unpacking my suitcase in 24 hours has made such a positive difference when coming back from visiting our cabin, Candace said. Lynn, Sunflower Girl, hi Kat and everyone. Hey Lynn. Karma said, hi Kat and Mr. B from, oh, that's Lonnie. I always forget you're not Karma, you're Lonnie. Hi Lana in Copenhagen, Denmark. So good to have you here. Lynn said, I'm recovering from knee surgery. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Lynn. Amazing Grace, I'm in Jacksonville. Where do you purchase your shrimp? Thank you. My sister's neighbor sells his shrimp in front of Big Lots on San Jose Boulevard. On the San Jose Boulevard side, near the Big Lots. That's where he sells it, which is in San Jose, Mandarin area. Let's see. Jenny Naomi, hi from South Africa. Hi, Jenny. Is that how I pronounce your name, Jenny or Jenny Naomi? Marty said, if you don't, you won't. If you do, you will. I love that quote. We got that from Weight Watchers. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think you can, you will. It's a great quote. Think about it. I'm throwing out donatables that aren't in excellent shape. The rest I'll keep until I'm able to donate. Yes, Candace, that's what we have to do. Micah said, so my husband washed laundry yesterday and I did my normal load today, as well as an additional load of cloth diapers. It took me 30 minutes to fold them all. I've gotten so used to your system, and we'll hear more in a minute, only taking change my outlook and my life. Thank you, Micah. You're welcome. You're welcome, Cheyenne. Mr. B welcomes South Africa. Jenny Naomi. I love Look for the Good, JL said. Buster, the Shrimp Man, San Jose and Old St. Augustine Road, Marty said. Okay. All right, guys, we've got about 7 minutes, and I want to talk to you some more. What other things do you want to talk about today? I need a sip of water. What other things do you want to talk about? Mr. B's mentioning the Patreon. In case you don't know, we have a Patreon page. You can join it. It's so fun. There are 3 levels. You can pick 5, 25, or 50 a month, depending on what you need, what you want, and what you can afford. You get 5 videos every single week. We're doing the Magic House series right now, along with some other things. And if you need personal mentoring once or twice a month, that's an option for you in those fields. So there you go. Solitech, I think my neighbor hacked my computer. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? Are you one of my followers? Or are you just somebody here sharing that with me? Anything else, girls? We've got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Amazing Grace, I've lived in Jacksonville for a few years. Our backyard was the beach. I loved it. Really miss the ocean. JL, I finally did get to take my stuff, but boxes only with good stuff stacked so high it blocked my light. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Ash. April Epp, having a hard time doing all the summer yard work and garden work and keeping up with the system. April, that is, thank you, Ash, again. That is something that You have to plan out just like you plan out your housework. So when you're working in your yard, the number one thing I would say to do, if you haven't already done this or if you don't have a plan for your yard, is to have a plan for your yard. And the number one thing to know in a yard or a garden is, when do you do what? And a really great place to go for that is the internet, and you should be able to find for your location, your state, or your area, what do you do each month in your yard or garden? And it's interesting information. In the South, we know when we need to prune our fruit trees here. We have orange trees and lemon trees and things like that. When we treat them for different things, when we fertilize our trees, our bushes, it'll be the same for you. When you fertilize your yard, what kind of things might happen in your yard at a certain time of the year. Chinch bugs, for example, down here. When to pull certain weeds, what kind of weeds, it's just interesting things to know. So that will help you set up a plan for your yard. Then put your yard into zones, 5 different zones. And you kind of follow the zones in your house. So in zone 1, when you're in zone 1, you do zone 1 in your yard. I like to think if you at least do 4 zones, you would have the front yard, the backyard, the side yard, and the other side yard. Or you might do the front yard, the backyard, both side yards, and the garden. Or, just different things like that. So you can work on it. Then you figure out what you need to do every day of the week, what you need to do once a month, what you need to do every other month, what you need to do every 6 months, what you need to do once a year. You make a little plan, and then you figure out how to work that plan in your yard, and you'll do that in your time off from working in your house. If you're the only one responsible for it, then it's all on you, and you'll have to work a little harder. If you're not the only one responsible, you could delegate, make suggestions, or share the plan that you have. Okay, let's see. And you can have things in there like pick up sticks in the yard. That could be something you do once a week during certain parts of the year, All right. Let's see. Okay, these will be the last little bits, I think. But I hope that helps you, April. Shelley Long. Hi, Shelley. It is something deeper when I still get overwhelmed. Is it something deeper when I still get overwhelmed with the system? Shelley, it depends. How long have you been doing it? Have you really been doing it? Or have you been pretending to do it? I mean, there's a whole lot of answers to that question. Sometimes people do have deeper things and they need psychiatrists. Then I can't help them. Hoarding is something I cannot help with. Really, truly, honest to goodness hoarding. Depression, really, truly, honest to goodness depression, where you have to have medication and you're not doing well. It's really hard for me to help you, but I can help almost anybody, and just a little depression can be resolved by doing your housework, because it takes away depression, because clutter creates depression. It's like a maddening cycle. But I can't answer that question individually just en masse, so I don't really know an answer for you. You'll have to decide for yourself. Are you really doing the work? Are you really following the system? Are you dawdling? Are you puttering around at times you should be working? All those answers, I don't know the answer to that. So that's when you're going to decide if it's something deeper, okay? And I'm not a licensed anything. I'm a licensed driver. That's it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else we've got. Connie, my husband is hoping to go for a walk with grandsons to local theater that is closed for movies but open for popcorn. I told him no without masks for them. My daughter-in-law, without me asking, brought. Oh, that's good. She brought him over. BAM. Yes, you did the BAM thing. Connie Miller, masks for them. She's a good mama. Yes, she is. That's my new BAM song. Bam de la Bam. So silly. Ashley's referring to taking out the bad guys here who try to come in here and make unpleasantries for everybody. Candace, I think there will be many people in need who will be grateful for our donations. Absolutely, but there are so many donations, so many. And when I've talked to people who work at the charity sites, and when they get overwhelmed, they try to call and find out who needs these things, and they will give them to them. But sometimes they don't take them either when it's a huge over amount. And this is the most unusual situation we've ever had, with so much stuff that everyone is going to be overwhelmed with too much. And it's a sad state of affairs. That's the way we have allowed ourselves to purchase so many things and not really be careful with what we have, that we have so much clutter, and it's actually all going to go to a landfill. Sad story, but it's true. If you save it up and give it to them anyway and just live with it in your house, just know that a lot of it's going to not be donated. It's going to be thrown away. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. I'm having a hard time reading all this stuff. Go Bama. Thank you, JL. Cheyenne, the mentoring is exactly what I needed. It's life-changing. Thank you. You're welcome, Cheyenne. Mr. B's talking about our live karaoke tonight at, I'm going to say 6, 5:30 to 6, but I think it's going to be 6. For Shelley, I still get overwhelmed and back off a bit and give myself grace. The next day, I jump back on the wagon. There you go, girl. Patty Taylor, decluttering a bin of sentimental items, throwing out a bunch of songbooks from the day I used to sing solos in church. I know, it's hard to throw that away, but what are you doing with it? April Epp, thank you. That sounds like it will be very helpful. Good, April. Candace, my husband is taking care of most of the patio and he's now breaking into the zones. Go, Daddy-O. Thank you, Marty. Amazing Grace said. Margaret said, if no rain in the forecast, put things out on the curb or curb alert on Craigslist. The night before the trash pickup, people drive around looking for stuff. That is true if you have bigger things. I think that's a great idea. We actually do that here without putting anything on Craigslist because we live on a main boulevard and people, like if you had a television or something you want to sit out there, it'll be gone in 3 minutes. It's usually gone. Chrissy, good evening, everyone. Hi, Chrissy. Shelley Long said, thank you. Margaret said, yes, Margaret, I do that. Bags marked with sizes and whoosh, they're gone. Micah People, Shelley, I still backslide from time to time. Just allow yourself grace and start back over as often as you need to. Hello, Kat. Hello, Aisha. Sarah, good afternoon. Sarah, I will have my cuppa ready for later. Yippee, she's talking about singing again. Lynn, I start often, over often. Flylady for newbies. There you go. JL, Candace, I'm still praying for your healing. That's good. Nicole Stamps, about finished with my homeschool closet. Oh, go, Nicole. Connie Miller, oh, good. Hope to watch karaoke, but I have my 3 grandsons, so they'll love it. Nicole Stamps, donating a bunch of stuff. Awesome. Okay, girls, that's it. 32 minutes, 19 seconds. Wrapping it up. I hope you have a great day. I hope you had some answers here that were helpful for you. I look forward to talking to you again in the morning. We'll have a little mini chat then. And then Saturday and Sunday tomorrow is Saturday. So Saturday and Sunday we'll have a little chat. We'll have a little chat and we'll have some direction, 15 minutes. And that's what it is. Come over to Patreon if you haven't. I look forward to having you there. Have a wonderful day and always remember to be beautiful because you are beautiful.